back to Jade. Last time, we crashed in the middle of Phil City where we met Penny. Got kidnapped. No, not really kidnapped, but taken to Beacon with Miss Goodwitch. That was General Ironwood. Got a room with Penny, and we were just taking it out. Darn, this bed is comfier than I thought. I immediately fell asleep hard, like a particularly tired brick. Although that begs the question. If this is so comfortable, and I was so tired mentally and physically, why am I waking up?
Maybe I need to get closer. It'll get closer already.
That might have to do with the person currently moving around on my bed, disturbing my sleep. The voice is unfamiliar, so whoever it is, it's not Ruby or Penny. It's a complete stranger in my bed shuffling around. Yeah, that's enough to get my brain to execute the wake-up function. Yeah, that's a complete... Hold on, just a moment. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, that's a complete stranger indeed. Purple hair and those eyes with double irises. Her clothes are peculiar and remind me of the suitcases near one of the beds. So this is the other occupant of the room? What is she talking about? She's so focused on whatever she's doing that she hasn't noticed I woke up.
David, how are you feeling? We brought you...
Help? Oh, hi Penny. Ruby.
Oh, hi there.
I love this art. Just a small gush. We didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay. I wasn't getting anywhere anyway. So, what's his semblance? I think it's stopping me from,
Get away from David!
Thanks, Penny. Thanks, Penny.
Ooh, you're awake. Then I can ask you directly.
I said to get off him!
Oh wow, I've never seen a flying tackle executed with such precision.
Whoops!
But the strange girl dodged easily, jumping off the bed while Penny landed on it, sitting between me and her like a mama bear protecting her cubs.
So stingy.
Who are you? What are you doing here? And what were you trying to do to David?
Nothing bad. I was just observing him. For some reason, I failed, so I was...
Oops, I gotta replay that now.
Who are you?
So stingy.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Nothing bad. I was just observing him, but for some reason, I failed, so I was just trying to observe him harder.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. You're our roommate, right? Your clothes looks like your bags.
It's actually the other way around, since I made the bags after I made the clothes. But yeah, smart guy.
That would make sense.
The name's Evelyn Damerat. Nice to meet ya.
Well, that's one name I know how to say for sure.
You mean that not only are you going to sleep in the same room as the two of us, but you're also going to be placed on our team, making the arrangement not transitory?
Clever girl. Yes, that's the gist of it.
I see.
Penny gets off my bed and walks towards one of the others, specifically the one parallel to mine on the opposite side of the room. Well, my bed is now king-sized. What makes a bed queen or king-sized exactly?
Aren't you cute being all jealous?
David is currently very tired and vulnerable. Whatever you're trying to do, I won't let you take advantage of him.
I'm so glad I don't have to voice female characters for at least a little while.
I wasn't doing anything bad, I swear. I just wanted to know more about my new roomie.
And you couldn't have waited for me to wake up to ask?
That's right. I could have.
She missed the more obvious solution and went for the most extravagant and borderline creepy one of just doing something to me in my sleep. Oh joy, our roommate is weird. So, I think David was supposed to eat dinner or something?
Oh, right!
I follow Penny's eyes to the door where the tray with my food lays forgotten in her earlier jump.
Let me get that for you.
No! I can...
Penny seems torn between leaving me unguarded and going to take my food, but in the end decides to stay put, allowing Evelyn to collect it. Well, you seem all settled in, so I'd better go to work on that weapon. See you tomorrow. Thanks, Ruby. Your next thanks better be in scrupulous form, you hear me? What was that last part?
I think she meant to use the word scrumptious.
Huh? She wants to be paid in cookies. What a weirdo.
Aha.
What? Something on my face?
Says you. The night. Loud music. The night has been long and thankfully uneventful. Penny has been watching Evelyn. Evelyn has behaved for the rest of the night, but the red-haired girl on guard mode eventually unnerved the eccentric Taylor. So, this morning following my suggestion, we reached an agreement.
Fine, I promise.
No. You have to say it out loud.
I won't use my semblance on my teammates without asking first.
Much appreciated, Evelyn.
She sighs loudly, like she hasn't given up, she has just given up something really important to her, or a source of great amusement. Things
you do for your teammates.
So now that we're all at ease with each other, the exam is in 2 days from now, right?
Indeed. Which means I should go down to Vale and pick up the materials Ruby will need for your weapon, David.
Then I can show David around. I'm from Mistral, but it's not the first time I've been in Beacon or Vale, so I can give him the lay of the land.
It's kind of interesting that I did not remember.
I don't know.
Come on, Penny. She promised to be good now. And we should at least try trusting her if we're going to be stuck together during the exam.
The exam and more?
I promise to scream for help if something happens.
We'll keep to open spaces with lots of people.
And I'll write her name in blood on the asphalt if she hurts me. Huh? Penny, we're just joking.
Yeah, it's not like he'd have time to...
I slap one of my hands over Evelyn's face and give her a small glare, as if to say shush.
Okay, you can go.
Penny stood from the table as she said that. I blink as I realize she hasn't had breakfast. Penny, what about your breakfast?
Oh, don't worry. I will eat something in town. It's just that I want to be at the parts shop at opening hour, and I have to go to Ruby first and ask her what she needs, so...
I see. Try and drink some water for that hiccup first, at least.
I will. I will see you later then.
That's an interesting hiccup. Darn, I hope her hiccups aren't like mine. It takes forever to... Ew. You licked me.
You were keeping a hand over my mouth.
You licked my hand.
And it was delicious.
I suddenly want Penny to come back. what do you want to see first? I guess I should familiarize myself with the school, but what about we finish breakfast first? Sorry, I was reading comments. Anyways. Let's go then. Pick a place and I'll show you around. Top from bottom, I guess. Good morning, Miss Kibdi, I guess. Miss Damarot. Hey, Headmaster. Headmaster's office doesn't look too different from the previous day, except for the lack of assistant and general. Also, I just realized he always carries around some kind of cup. I wonder if it's tea or coffee he's drinking. Anything I can do for you? Not right now, Headmaster. Evelyn is showing me around the school. Wants to become better acquainted with my teammate and stuff. That is a commendable idea. Especially considering that there'll probably be all that's between me and death or expulsion during the exam. And speaking of my teammates, Headmaster, is there going to be a fourth person joining us? Our apartment has 4 beds. Yes. Hopefully before the exam. Sadly, certain circumstances have come up. She will join the 3 of you on the day of the exam. She? So it's another girl. Too bad. I wanted to absorb her a bit before the exam. Evelyn, no. Just a little bit. She won't even notice. You promised not to. To my teammates. But upon just meeting her, she won't be my teammate yet. I just have to do it before we say words to each other. Oh, believe me, there will be words if you act the way you acted with me to someone not half asleep. It's wonderful to see you're already getting along. One of the most important bonds you make at Beacon is the one with your teammates. All hunters and huntresses remain tied to their teammates in one way or another after graduation. Huh? Told you we'd be stuck together a lot longer than just the exam. Hunters and huntresses are supposed to become paragons of strength, staunch pillars of support for a remnant, able to stand alone against the tides of darkness. But it's only when they come together that they can overcome the greatest adversities. I guess that goes double for simple students? Precisely. Naturally. Thanks for the pep talk, Headmaster. Come on, David. We've got a lot more school to see. If you ever need advice, my door is always open. Thank you, Headmaster. I just realized, he expects me to become a hunter, doesn't he? This is where me and Penny trained yesterday. From what I hear, it's one of the 2 most popular training spots in the school. Not a lot of places where you can go all out in Beacon. Plenty of open space. Makes sense. Ideal if you want to train with someone. If you manage to find it empty, that is. Huh? But this place is so big. You've only sparred with Penny so far, so you don't know what a battle between hunters or against Grim can become. Yes, but still, this is a school. How destructive can a training match between the first year students possibly be? Turn around towards the source of the noise. 2 students, both girls. One has a wild mane of long blonde hair and wears gauntlets from which eject explosive projectiles. The other has red hair of similar length, tied in a high ponytail, and wields a shield and spear like they're made of cardboard. They are moving around the amphitheater in what can only be defined as a waltz of violence, and don't seem that aware of their surroundings unless it can give them a strategic advantage. Exit left? Right behind you. Here's a classroom. You're going to be spending a lot of time in here. Considering I know next to nothing about Remnant, that's a safe assumption. What do you mean you know nothing about Remnant? Ah, darn. Forget that we hadn't told Evelyn about my situation yet. Then again, since we're going to have to be teammates, I'll screw it. It's not like she'll think I'm weird. See, the truth is, she just watches my last video. Nah, that'd be lame. And that's the gist of it. You don't remember anything about anything except your name. And enough to function as a normal member of society, but nothing about Remnant. Huh? Why is she staring at me so intensely? Evelyn? It's nothing. Anyway, you should probably try and not skip any lessons if your brain's that empty. Hey, it's not empty, it's just ill-informed. Still, fighting's the main skill of a hunter, but without learning about the job and Remnant, you're gonna have a lot of trouble in the field. Or in social interactions. Imagine the level of conversations you can hold with someone who doesn't even know what the heck you're talking about. For example, yesterday, Penny couldn't finish telling me about the Grimm. I see. Well, what Evelyn sensei to teach you about it? Please. Grimm are pretty much the natural enemy of humanity. Remnant doesn't have a lot of recorded history, but it seems like as long as humans have existed, so have the Grimm. They have a few distinguishable traits. 1. They're made of shadows with red eyes and a bone mask. 2. They only attack humans, unless provoked. 3. They literally don't have a soul. So they can't use aura? Yep. So far there's never been a record of something non-living or artificial generating aura. They're still extremely tough customers, though, hence why hunters need to be the toughest mofos alive. Ahaha, is that so? I laughed nervously, not exactly feeling confident. Ah, come on, have some faith in yourself. I bet that in a few weeks you're going to be kicking butt with the best of them. Maybe in the first year. Well, let's go. Wait, before that. Evelyn suddenly raised the rim of her top hat and sticks her left hand in it. When she pulls it out again, she's handing me an electronic device, identical to the ones I've seen people use in Vale and Beacon. This is a scroll. I think it'll be a big help to keep track of all this new stuff. You can even call up an is that how you spell encyclopedia? With a click. I think that's right, but it doesn't. Is this your scroll? No, I got mine in my pocket. This is a spare one I found. Do you always carry around spare scrolls in your top hat? Nope, so count yourself lucky. If you ever need to access your notes, you just have to tap the icon in the upper right corner of the screen. Dope. Where did I get 50 yen from? And I wonder how the inflation is in Jade compared to Cobalt. Okay. Oh. Terms of use. No. No. As you can, looks like I was born with I'm not an infant. However, I have the mind of an infant, or I have the experience of an infant, and I have no friends. What's next? Messel. This feels like a wasted deviation. Learning where to get food is never a wasted time. But we've been here this morning. What else can I do here other than eat? Earn some money, bucko. Excuse me? I don't know if you will... I don't know if you will have to pay tuition. Since it seems like the headmaster has a particular interest in you. But you still need to repay Ruby for your weapon, right? And I bet you want to repay Penny too somehow. Kind of. She said just wanted a friend, but a good friend wouldn't let another's favor go unreturned. So to be a good friend, I must repay her, or maybe buy her a gift. Students can earn some granola by working in the kitchens, so you get paid, and you can even work on your cooking skills. Good to know. I guess this wasn't a wasted deviation at all, after all. Well, let's wait. Once again, Evelyn thrusts her hand up from her hat and collects something out of it. A small plastic card, no bigger than my thumb's fingernail. My thumb's fingernail. What? How do you not lose that? It's like maybe you can stick it on your scroll, or just how much stuff does she have in that thing? What's this? It's a digital wallet. Don't I have to set up my bank account? Or I mean, that's what kind of banking system does Remnant have? Does it depend on? No, because I think they use Lien throughout all the countries, don't they? So I don't know. Is it universal? That'd be interesting. I hope to dear God she didn't just find this lying around. Well, that explains the 50 Lien. A person must have been down bad. Well, let's go now. Evelyn readjusted her hat on her head, taking care to leave one of her ears hanging out. Can I ask you something? Sure, shoot. Isn't it uncomfortable? I'm never gonna get that word down. To wear those ears while also wearing a top hat. Should probably wear my ears. It's already so low. Yeah? Oh, brothers, you think these are fake. What do you mean, I think? No, she can't. She can't be serious. You're pulling my leg, aren't you? Come here. She comes closer and grabs on my hand. Then she slowly brings it to her exposed ear. Oh my God! As my fingers come in contact with it, it does feel like real fur. Assuming you know what real fur feels like. I guess you come pre-programmed. It's so soft and velvety. And warm too, like a living thing. Oh God, I just felt it twitch. See? Incredible. I keep running my fingers on the edges and gently trace the leather-like skin on the inside. It's actually reminiscent of the feeling of a rabbit's ear.
That's enough.
Oh, this is
No.
voiced. I find myself bringing also my left hand to the exotic appendage, rubbing my left palm on the furry inside to caress it softly.
Hey, knock it off!
My right hand slowly descends to the spot where the ear meets the scalp, remembering that
I said, knock it off!
I start and stumble as I'm suddenly shoved in the chest. Evelyn jumps back and brings her hands to her ear as if to try and hide it from me. Her face is scarlet as she looks back at me. She's breathing more heavily than before. Hey, what's the big idea? Playing with someone's ear like that? Why was that specifically voice acted? Not that there's anything. Never mind. Oh, alright. I bet those are pretty sensitive. Sorry, I got carried away by the novelty and softness. My ears are awesome, I know, but try not to get so carried away next time, especially in public. Yeah, there's hardly anyone in the mess hall at this time, but those who are in here are staring at us. I will. Sorry. Good. Let's go then. Hey, what the heck did she mean by next time? I actually missed that as well. Alright. Dormitory. So, got the path back to the dorm memorized? I think so, yeah. But this is just the first year's dorm, right? Right. What about the other years? Huh? Where are they indeed? Wait, You mean you don't know? To be honest, I don't think I've seen any students that isn't a first year, and 3, 4 second year ones. But this academy has a 4-year curriculum, right? Yeah, but I've never seen 3rd or 4th year students around here. That sounds very unlikely. Almost impossible. This academy is supposed to house what amounts to pretty much a small army. How can you not meet senior students? Oh, I'm sure they'll pop up sooner or later, and if you befriend any students, you can come visit them here. I'll keep that in mind. Let's continue the tour then. I wonder if transfer students count as 3rd or 4th years, because put these, I don't know. Well, that's what I'm showing you around the school for now. Let's hit the town. It's almost lunchtime though. My treat. Oh, come on. I don't want to end up in debt to the whole school. If you're studying to become a hunter, this is one place you've got to know your way to. After a brief walk through Vale, Evelyn has brought me to a shop with various arrays of differently colored and sized crystals in its window display. Some are as big as my fist, some as small as my thumb, others in the shape of bullets. From dusk till dawn. Belle's oldest dust shop, and the only one that was allowed to keep its name after Schnee merger, currently finishing renovations. Dust. Ruby mentioned it yesterday while we were talking about weapons, but what's a Schnee? That's 2 questions. What do you want me to talk about first? Top or bottom, I guess. Ruby said it was some kind of powder imbued with the power of the elements used to power up weapons. Yes and no. Yes, dust is a mineral only found in powder form in the wild that contains power of one of the 4 elements: fire, water, lightning, wind. I could have sworn there was more. But it's not just used to power weapons. Most of Remnant's technology is based on dust, in one way or the other. The most common way to use it to fight it is bullets and crystals. You can also imbue your clothes with dust, but that was more common in olden days. That's interesting. That certainly explains Adam's cool little design. That sounds very versatile, and cool, and very important. Hunters can do some pretty cool stuff with just aura and semblance, but it's how well you use those and dust together that sets you above the rest. And it also gives normal people a fighting chance. Not everyone is a student at a combat academy, but almost anyone can learn how to fire a gun. Moving on, what's a Schnee? Well, I mentioned a merger. What do you think that is? A merger is when 2 businesses become one, right? So it's not a Schnee, but the Schnee company? Biggest dust traders in all of Atlas and one of the most powerful organizations in Remnant. They own close to 75% of all operations concerning dust in Remnant. Extraction, refining, wholesale, retail, they got it all. It's a family business, and since the 2nd generation came to power, they got into our research and development too. They sound important and powerful, but their business practices are not exactly ethical. Go figure. So I guess it's better not to cross them. That's the most sensible thing to do, yeah? I'd like to cross them as much as I can. I should be surprised, but I'm not. Maybe, though, it's related to something more than Evelyn's eccentricities. Thanks for the information, Evelyn. You are welcome. Oh? While we were talking, an old man has gotten out of the shop and is now sticking a flyer to the side of the door. Once that's over and done with, he opens the door of the shop and steps back inside. A closer look reveals that it's an ad offering a part-time position at the shop. Well, will you look at that? We found you another prospective job. You think I could work there, but I don't know anything about using or handling dust. The flyer says no previous experience required. So the old man is probably willing to teach you about dust. That actually makes sense. I'll definitely keep this place in mind once it opens. My custom orders should have arrived. Weiss. There doesn't seem to be much in this side of the side street. It does remind me of the one with the dumpster where I hid while waiting for Penny, though. Keep it in mind anyway. This, my friend, is a shortcut to one of the must-know places in Vale. And that would be... You're still not ready to know. Way too green. What? But I can tell you that it only opens at night. So she just brought me here to dangle a darn carrot in my face. Jeez. Speaking of carrots, so I didn't get a chance to ask before, but what's the deal with the ears?
Well, I thought it was obvious. They're cute, soft, and neatly adorable.
Okay, I got that, but what I mean is, why do you have them?
Because I'm a faunus.
Faunus? I like this voice actor. Evan?
You could have at least begged me a little.
Why does she want me to beg her all of a sudden?
Faunus are just like humans, except they have some animal-related traits. Some have ears, some have claws, some have tails.
What? Okay. Every single one of them can see in the dark. Every single one? What about, an animal that can't see very well? Moth. Haven't seen many around, though. Assuming bug faunus exists. Or wait, no. Well, Tyrion isn't a bug, but he's an arachnid.
Well, you haven't been in Vale that long, and Beacon is almost empty right now, remember? Faunus are not as numerous as humans, and most of them try to keep themselves scarce. A lot still prefer to live
I'm starting to
outside
think
of
the voice actor, actually pronounces it that. Or maybe everyone at Ruby is pronouncing it wrong, and she's pronouncing it right. Regardless, I love it. In the middle of Grim Country, why is that?
Racial tensions. Just try this on for size. The last big international incident happened when they tried to put all Fauni on a fish-shaped island. Out of sight, out of mind, huh?
I don't... no, the words... They're... Never mind. That... You're actually serious.
Yep. The island is called Menagerie too. It was supposed to be a gift after the Great War, but not everyone fell for it. To be fair, Vale is actually almost completely integrated nowadays, but that's not the norm. And then there's the whole thing with the Schnee Company.
That's a... bad move if I've ever heard one. But why? I mean, are faunus dangerous or something?
No more than humans.
Then why? Sounds important. Glad you are? Blake. Anyway, it's invisible icon. I lied. Oh well. Main Street. This is Main Street. It runs all the way from north end to the south end of Vale City. There are a lot of shops. If you need to buy anything common or just want to grab a bite to eat, Main Street is the place for you. More specialized shops are scattered through the city instead. To find them, you need to know where to look. There's also Market Street, but right now, it's closed due to renovations. Ugh, probably redoing the pavement and substituting broken glass. I'm so sorry. Still, Main Street is the best place for small shopping and to go on dates. If I ever find anyone wanting to go on one, sure. Yeah. Sure, they like the mysterious, so I don't doubt it. Oh, come on, you're not that socially awkward. I could be, maybe I just forgot. Well, so far, you're not giving me that vibe, and you're attractive enough. Aw, jeez. Are you always this blunt? Nah, just when it can mess with people's heads. Consider me messed with. Roger. Let's continue the tour now. That's pretty much it. Oh. Okay. For now, but as you keep meeting people and doing stuff, you'll probably discover new places on your own. Almost sundown. Want to do anything before we're going back to begin? Well, there's one thing. What did you say the name of this flavor was? Neapolitan. A delicious patchwork of strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate for the price of one. Flavor. Blech. I've always pronounced it as Napoleon. The French dictator. This is good indeed. Actually, never mind. I wonder if I've tried this before, but only forgotten about it. Heh, I just had a fun thought. What is it? If I already tried this but forgotten about it, I'm the only person alive who experienced eating Neapolitan ice cream for the first time. Twice. So unfair. Also, you're already able to joke about it after 2 days? Guess Penny finding me right off the bat dulled the shock. And you've been kind of helpful too. Only kind of. Okay, maybe a little more. Darn right. Speaking of Penny, I wonder where she is. She's probably helping Ruby with your weapon. Oh right, I wonder how that's going. I can't believe I stayed up all night and all day working on this. But the ideas just kept coming and coming and coming. Thank God I settled on one design when Penny came by to ask me about the materials. I managed to sneak a break-in while she went to town. Why am I doing this to myself? Ruby Rose, you should have just said no. Or you could have taken it easier. They didn't need this thing until Sunday. Phew. Hey Ruby, still working on that thing? Hey gang. Yes I am. Like a moron. Almost done though. Our little pushover. Is it at least a good one? Of course it's a good one. I'm me, remember? And you're severely sleep deprived. You sure this thing isn't going to blow up in some poor guy's face? Of course not. Well, 90% now. I see. Wow. Dang. Let me down. Only on your bed, you darn whiz kid. Get some rest and then finish working on that weapon, okay? For the sake of both the user and keeping your record clean of accidental manslaughter. Well, look at Miss Property Damage preaching. That's different. I was in total control of my mental faculties when I trashed that club. Yeah. Stop being proud of criminal charges. When you stop being stubborn and get some sleep. Cheater. Blackmailer. I bet Penny doesn't have to put up with this kind of stuff. People forcing her to be a responsible sleeper. So you're positive you won't blow your cupboard or expose yourself? Yes, sir. I can properly simulate sleep and eating won't be a problem either, right? Osprey is now convinced you have special needs because of health issues, yes? Wonderful. I still think this is an unnecessary risk, Penny. Sir, I'm here to test myself as a fighter, but I think this is also a good occasion to test my level of integration with people. You developed the Elysian Knights 200 models to look more like humans and to act more human-like, to give people a greater sense of security. We both know how important it is. And Beacon is a more controlled environment than Vale City, as the headmaster said. I guess I will have to live with that amount of risk, will I? Yes, my assertions convinced him. What I'm wondering if you are taking that risk into account yourself, Penny. What do you mean, sir? I've been on many battlefields, Penny, both with and without weapons, and I learned one lesson above all. People can be unexpectedly cruel to those who are different. My files corroborate that, yes. We had a war because some of us wanted to suppress individuality. Almost had another because some thought of those with animal traits as lower than even animals. Unnatural. I'm afraid of how they will treat someone who wasn't born and yet lives. I respect your courage, Penny. I just hope we won't have to see the ugly side. I just hope you won't have to see the ugly side of people anytime soon. I will be careful. They will never find out. They won't. That was fun. Back safe and sound with all your blood inside your body. No mysterious writing splattered over random walls of the city today. No siree. And all in all, I have to admit, I had fun exploring with Evelyn. She's fun, full of energy, and surprisingly knowledgeable. Granted, anyone looks knowledgeable compared to me, but she's much smarter than what she may appear at first glance. So, wanna go see what Penny's been up to? Sounds good. Huh? As I look towards the school, my sight falls upon a figure in a cloak standing in front of the main building's gate. She's petite and holding a briefcase in her hands. She raised her head as I lay my eyes on her. Then she flexes. My eyes widen as I see her rushing at breakneck speeds in our direction. Evelyn, watch out! What? On instinct, I grab on Evelyn's right shoulder and push her out of the way as the registry comes barreling our way. My body freezes, and I hold my arms in an X in front of my body, ready to protect myself from a blow. But the blow never comes. Never. Instead, what I get is the briefcase thrust in front of my body, as if being presented with it. Hey, what's the big idea? Evelyn gets up from the ground and dusts off her clothes as she takes in the situation. What did you throw? What did you throw? What? No, why are you running at us like that, dude? I think it's a girl, Evelyn. The figure just keeps panting, out of breath. I wish she would lower that briefcase already so I could see. Wait, Red Hood? Ruby? Never, ever do something like this to me again. Oof. She suddenly shoves the briefcase in my arms and let go. Let's go. As I take a better look at her, I realize her hair is a mess, and she looks like she really needs a shower, and a few hours of sleep. All nighters I can handle, but your juicy ideas kept me up all day too. I barely ate or went to the bathroom, and Yang treated me like a baby. Well, if you were forgetting about eating or getting any rest, that's probably a little warranted. She put me over her shoulders like a sack of red potatoes and used common sense on me. Common sense. So, what do you mean? Oh, right, you don't know Yang. Well, suffice to say, I felt dumb and helpless. And just a little bit grateful because I needed my sleep, but still. Okay, got it. I won't ask you to build me a weapon ever again. Although technically it was Penny who asked, but I'm the direct beneficiary here, assuming I said that right. Good. Now, are you going to gaze upon its perfection? Her gaze falls on the briefcase and mine, and Evelyn follows suit. My weapon is complete. You completed it in less than 24 hours? Yeah, I'm awesome. Open it. I want to see your face. Here I go then. I feel my heart pulsating in my chest. An excitement I can't really explain permeating me as my hands go to the briefcase's metallic latch after placing it on a nearby bench. Whoa. Blue. Oh, it has a red Ruby's insignia. Once I open the latch, the briefcase opens easily, unveiling its contents into artificial light of the lamppost. The inside of the briefcase is covered in red fabric, and inside rest twin gauntlets of silver and blue, one with a long whip made of similar metal wrapped around the midsection. This is beautiful, incredible, awesome, terrific. All that and the above, but how does it work? I'm glad you asked. It's an important thing first. To use dust, you grab a crystal and crush it in your grip. I have to do what? With aura, you can do that like breathing, silly. Ah, right. So I crush it in my grip. Yes, if you crush it with the right gauntlet, while the whip is still wrapped around it, or if you just grab the stock after doing it, it becomes charged with the crystal's energy for a short period of time. So you get Ice Whip, Fire Whip, Shadow Whip, and so on. Nice. I can already picture the image in my head, vividly in detail. A whip slashing an enemy repeated dozens of times in rapid succession, each small injury catching fire, or freezing part of his body. It's giving me animation ideas. A little too vividly, maybe. What the heck was that? I was about to say, maybe this is something. I wonder. I had a bunch of theories in my head, I'm sorry. Otherwise, the charge stays in the gauntlet until you transfer it to the whip, or schwab, you can shoot it out. How can you shoot something out of a gauntlet? From the palms, look. Ruby grabs the right gauntlet and turns it on its back, exposing a metallic circle on the palm. From here, you just need to quickly snap your fingers open. If you do it with the left gauntlet, you can get rapid machine gun fire, or if you do it with the right, you charge and shoot one big projectile. Boom. I guess you will have to practice aiming, though. It's not your conventional gun, but no weapon of mine will lack a gun mode. Oh, I see. Darn, you really thought this through. Of course I did. Well, after I slept some. Good. Now now is a name, then. I already thought of one. Shouldn't he be the one to name it, since he's going to use it? My baby, my name. And Penny said I could. But David is the one who thought of the concept. I'm the one who carried it to term. Never mind. Alright. It was a shared effort. What's the name of you thought of, Ruby? I took a page out of the old school book for this one. David, may I introduce you to Janny Claustros? And they never said the name ever again. Old school, you went ancient vernacular, if I said that right. No one asked for your opinion, Cottontail. I'll have you know that my tail was... What? Ripped off a long time ago. What? She's just joking, Ruby. Also, I have the feeling that they ruined what was supposed to be a cool moment. Well, thanks, Ruby. I love it, and I will be sure to repay you. What? You're not going to try it? We're kind of in the middle of the school courtyard, and I wanted to show it to Penny first, actually. Yeah, I don't think she'd like it if you started swinging that thing without her supervision. Then let's go show her, and then tomorrow we can try it out all together. All together? If you think I'm not going to be there for my baby's first day of school, you've got another thing coming. Well, and here I thought I was obsessed about stuff. Good stuff or bad stuff? Yes. That wasn't an answer. Hey, Penny, we're back. Yeah. Welcome back, David. Evelyn. Did I just imagine that? Or did she just look troubled there for a moment? And Ruby, I finished it. Finished it? You mean David's weapon? In record time and with only slight forgetfulness about my well-being. You stayed up almost 24 hours straight. Oh, you have no idea what I did when I first started working on Crescent Rose. Oh, Ruby, I'm so sorry. It's alright. I liked working on it, and I got to see a new side of Penny. A new side? Ugh. I didn't think you'd had it in you to trick people. What? She tricked you? I know, right? I mean, I don't know Penny very, very, very well, but she doesn't give me the impression of being shrewd, you know? I didn't imagine it then. There's something bothering Penny, and whatever it is, this current line of discussion is making her even more uncomfortable. Alright, David. Time to be a distraction. Ow! God, that hurt. Thank God my arm is already hurting it, but darn, this briefcase is heavier than it looks. Ow, right on the foot? The little toe. Evelyn inhales sharply through her teeth as I say that. Well, it's not really the little toe, to tell the truth, but it's certainly more distracting to say so. Jeez, how happy was this? My hobbling as I sit on one of the beds is totally real, though. David, are you injured? It's nothing too bad. The pain's already fading, and Ara will take care of it, right? Jeez, you're so clumsy. You could have seriously hurt my baby. No, I'm not clumsy. I was just distracted. Something dropped out of your grip while you were standing. That's beyond simple distraction. She's right. One would think you did it on purpose, you know. I doubt even you could find a reason to do that. Oh, I'm sure that given a few hours, I most certainly could. Right off the top of my head, I'm thinking of masochistic tendencies and hold that thought, thank you, not interested, whatever that means. What's S&M? My questions exactly, Ruby. Glad you asked. Want to talk about it while I walk you back to your room. No, please don't. What? Hey. Eh? What was that all about? I think Evelyn also noticed that you hurt yourself on purpose because of me. She wanted to give us some space. That's stupid. Why would I do that? Because you noticed I was getting increasingly uncomfortable as they talked about me. I guess I only fooled Ruby there, huh? Well, it's fine. I figured that whatever was troubling you was getting worse by them joking like that. I don't think they noticed. You were the first in the room and the only one to see my expression. You probably just thought I didn't know how to react to their teasing. Which was only half truthful, a statement, I guess. What's worrying you, Penny? Something happened while we were gone? She's staring at me very intensely, her right hand gripping softly on the fabric of her blouse. David, you're my friend, right? Yes, I'll always be. How can you How can you make that kind of statement? We've only known each other for 2 days. 2 days? Because I want to. You want to? Yes. That's... You can't. I can't be your friend? No, I mean, yes. Yes, you can be, but if you discover something terrible about me, what if I do something bad? You plan to? No. There you have it. Oh. Do you really mean it? Oh, darn, she's so cute. Yes. You stuttered. Because it's kind of embarrassing saying these things out loud. You weren't embarrassed before. You weren't smiling before, and I was more focused on getting you to do that than realizing, what if I'm actually a different person than I appear to be? What if I'm vastly different from any other person? Then I guess we'll be different together. I'm not exactly normal myself. You're right. You are not. Just a great couple of weirdos. But seriously, Penny, I gather all my courage and look straight into those big emerald pools, which threaten to swallow me up in their tenderness. You're literally my best friend right now. And while we may have known each other for so little, you've already done so much for me. There's really nothing short of a total betrayal that could make me not think of you as my friend anymore. Then let's both make a promise. Huh? A promise? She holds out her right hand, pinky stretched out. I promise to never betray you or your trust. I stare at her for only a brief instant before smiling and holding up my own right hand, pinky going to grab at her own. And I promise to always be your friend. I don't know how this particular form of pledge continues. I never acquired that information. Who cares? I know you mean it. And I mean it too, Penny. Wait a minute. Was that a typo? Or... Never mind. How are you liking your two prospective teammates, Miss Damerat? They're both very interesting. David in particular. I mean, Penny is one scrumptious cookie too, but David... Anyway, come on, tell me. Tell you what? About our last teammate. Oh, her. Like you, it's a person whose services I've used many times in the past. Oh, another orphan? I feel an affinity already. It's a little more than just an affinity, since you've met before. Familiarity, then. Who is she? Who is she? Well, let's just say you met over dinner. Ruby? Yes? Anyone never told you you kick butt? Not today. Well, you do. One day left before the exam, which we obviously spent experimenting with Janny. This thing is seriously cool, and considering the ease with which I took to using it, I must have used a whip before. In the life I don't remember. David, try this distance next. What I need some pretty serious practice with it, though. It is Janny's gun mode. I already have a fire dust cartridge charged in the right gauntlet, as I aim my fist in the direction of the dummy Penny has positioned. The creases sparkle with restrained energy. With a snap of my fingers, I reveal my open palm. The inscribed symbol shines with stronger red light for a split second before the second energy volley leaves it shooting forward. Okay, I got scared for a second. And makes short work of the dust particles around the point of impact. Oh, the dummy is slightly singed this time. Yay me. I groaned and pawed my face. Ow, gauntlet, right. Okay, that's enough for today. Yeah, but I have so many dust crystals left. A whole sack of them. Well, I won't allow you to waste on trying to make me master a skill that will in no way be decent enough by tomorrow morning. It's not a waste. You're my friend, and I want you to get better. Oh, Coach Sonnet, I got her angry again. I should really look at the expressions. That might help me with my reading. What I think David means is that you should probably keep that supply for when we have time to set up proper training. Thanks for the assist, Penny. What Penny said, we should start thinking about rest anyway. Okay. Phew, that's settled. What did I do to meet the two nicest girls in Vale? Maybe I've done some good in my life. Assuming he's been reincarnated? And speaking of the third girl in my life so far, what about Goodwitch? Evelyn, we're done. As we turn to the other side of the amphitheater, we find Evelyn still doing the same thing she's been doing the whole day. Good. stabbing a dummy with a small fork over and over again. A dummy which has, for some reason, decorated with a blonde wig. Dang. Why a fork? So, you're coming to dinner with us. In a little while. Seriously, why a fork? Is that her weapon or something? What a terrible way to go. Evelyn, are your weapons cutlery by any chance? No. Then I'm stumped. Or better yet, if she's not training, I really don't want to know what or who she's stabbing in her mind, and why with a fork. Okay then, see you later. Yep. I'm stepping back very slowly as I grab the equally confused Penny and Ruby. I hope whatever funk she's in doesn't extend to things other than the dummy. We're almost there. It's less than 12 hours until the exam. I can't help but feel nervous. Even with Penny and Evelyn by my side, I don't know what to expect from this. I don't know if I'm prepared enough. Hey Penny, do you know anything about the specific details of the exam? Not much. Ruby knows more, having gone through it herself, but she was told not to share such details with us. Of course not. Also, I don't think her knowledge would be 100% useful to us. Our exam is certainly going to be different from hers. What do you mean? While the specifics change with this institution, an entrance exam for any academy of this level aims to prepare people up as partners, mix couples in groups of 4, and test their ability to work together towards a common goal. In our case, though, we've already been put into a team. I can only hypothesize that our exam's focus will be on testing our skills as both individuals and as a team. Makes sense. It does give us some hints as to what kind of exam it will be. It should be an exam that will test our aptitude as huntsmen, also how well we work as a team. Considering that a huntsman's job is to fight the creatures of Grimm, I can't help but think. I'm back. Hi Evelyn, managed to unwind? Kind of, but I'm now in the tolerance zone. Is there anything we can do to help? Not really, no. Nothing at all? What exactly is the problem? I'd like to tell you, but I can't. Not yet. Not yet? Then when? After the exam. That's a pretty specific timing. Wait. Evelyn, do you know something about the exam Penny and I don't? I do, but as much as I'd like to vent, it would be unfair. Unfair how? I can't tell you. Can we please change the subject? I don't really want to not talk about it. I guess being asked questions that you can't answer can be mildly frustrating. It's okay, Evelyn. I appreciate that you want to tell us anyway. Thanks. I think you should just get some sleep. You? Don't you mean we? Of course, we, to be completely functional as carbon-based biological beings, we should all go into rest mode. You should really take something for those hiccups. If it is something medical, is it just me, or does she actually start hiccuping whenever she's embarrassed or nervous? Okay. Wait, is this the morning? Seems a bit excessive for a group of first years. I don't know. I kind of want to stop it if it was. Seems a bit excessive for a group of first years. First years with 6 months of training behind them. The evaluation is supposed to be for that level of skill. It's still an exam that specifically aims to place them in danger. I wonder about that. Ozpin? Like many things in life, danger is a relative concept. What is a dangerous endeavor for a first-year student would be a mere annoyance to a senior, and nothing to a seasoned huntsman. So this test we prepared being a danger. I wonder about that. You have a lot of faith in this team. Faith has nothing to do with it, Glinda. It's knowledge. Mrs. Damarot has experience and skill under her belt. James didn't disclose much about Miss Polendina, but his lack of oppositions or worry about her being placed in a combat situation speaks volumes. Mr. D. Cabegas is a complete amateur, though. His aura has been unlocked, and he's skilled with his weapon of choice. That's more than enough to survive, with the help of his teammates. And the last member? Oh, her? She'd probably be able to clear this test on her own. Huh. Oh, thank goodness. Wait. Oh, wait, oh. I'm gonna stop it there. Alright. This is a very long prologue, but I'm enjoying it a lot. I hope whoever is watching is enjoying it as much as I am. Support Minos and the team and the links down below. Support all these people, Rooster Teeth, these people who worked on the game. They're very great. Drink water and stay safe.